Good afternoon, and welcome back to Brooke's Nook. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of sorts, more like an unstacking because I've already ripped open the boxes for all these things. Also, it's not one curriculum, it's lots of curriculum for second grade, and what we're going to be using for second semester of second grade this year. So please join me, come along, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so the first part of the curriculum that I want to share is missing. It's missing. See, it is on the bottom of my stack. The bottom. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Preparation is key. Oh my God. Oh, I almost lost everything. That's great. The Well-Trained Mind. This is my recipe book, if you will, for my classical curriculum that I am putting together myself. And by myself, I mean this book did it for me already, really. But you do have some choices. It's like pick your own adventure kind of thing. No, but really, this is a great read, and it really breaks down the whole classical education and helps you decide how much time to give each subject, how, what book suggestions to read. It goes through and explains the trivium, being the grammar stage and the logic stage and the rhetoric stage, and how that works and how your student will go through those stages with the same periods of history 3 times before they graduate high school. So what we decided to do, we started with the second year, the normal second year. So usually first year, like first grade, would be ancient history, and then you move into early Renaissance. We've started with early Renaissance, which goes from 400 to 1600. And then next year we'll move on to late Renaissance and early modern, which is 1600 to 1850. And then modern history is 1850 onward. So first through 4th grade, that's the timeline of events. And then you repeat it again, looking at it from a more logic approach. And then again in high school with usually the original text, at least in high school. Most of the literature my second grader will be reading will be, of course, the abbreviated or I don't know, the kind of easier versions of the text, but it's exposing them to that literature so that they are more confident later on. And I sure do wish that I had a simplified version of Beowulf when I was younger by the time I got into high school, for sure. So it was, I think it'll go along quite nicely. And I'm going to start with our first subject, which is religion. So religion is quite intimidating. After you've been using an all-in-one curriculum that does the religion for you, it combines all these things for you. It's a lot to deal with, but I do like what I got. It is Telling God's Story, Year 1. And so far, we are just kind of dipping our toes in. He reads his Bible that we got from My Father's World, and then we talk about it in here and how it relates to us in the real world. So that is what we're mostly using. There's also a parent's guide to teaching the Bible. I've not finished reading this yet, but I will be going through this as well. And then this has, this is an activity book for the students. So it has lots of activities in it. as I'm going through all these curriculums, the religion, the history, and the science as well, all have a lot of activities in them. We can't do all of the activities every day, all week for every subject. It's just too much, but I think they're great tools to use if you need to engage the student more, to bring them back in, to get them interested, to get excited, because a lot of this is about motivation and keeping the child wanting to learn and really engaging them as students. So that is the Bible that we're using, the Bible curriculum that we're using. Next up, and probably the foundation of everything, the story of the world. So like I said, we're doing the early Renaissance period. So we are reading this along with the CD. So the CD is actually going and my son is following along with us. And then we do our comprehension review questions and narration. So this has activities. Like I said before, there's lots of activities in a lot of these things, but it has the most valuable part to us so far has been review questions and then the narration exercises. So every week, my second grader will have to do a narration in history, literature, and science. So he will do narrations Monday, Wednesday, and Friday after we either read history, literature, or science, and will tell me what that's about. And they're just oral narrations. This kind of summarizes it so you can get an idea of what should be said and kind of hits all the high points to help them along and encourage them to narrate. After we are finished doing that, like the other day, we talked about the Celts, and then we came over to our beautiful Osborne Encyclopedia of World History, and my son read this, and the pictures are beautiful. It's very engaging and just wonderful. So he reads from here. I can also have him do narration out of here or his dictation out of here. Dictation we do twice a week, and I will pull from any of these texts so that he learns to appreciate good literature and well-written prose. In addition to that, there's also a no, this is not it. This is science, so I've lost my mind. It's in my lap. This is a test and answer key, so I probably won't give him formal tests, but these are great review questions, comprehension questions that we can use, and we can use them as worksheets and go over the answers so that he is actively learning. We'll probably do more formal grades. I could see us definitely using this more in third grade maybe than second grade, but we'll see how we end up using it, and I'll keep you updated. So going along with that, there are books listed for literature recommendations in the Well-Trained Mind. And so he started off reading out of, and he reads these aloud to me, St. Augustine of Hippo is what we're going over now. And then we will do Beowulf. So this is actually a coloring book, but much easier than the, the original, right? He probably won't color it. He's probably just going to read the text at the bottom. And there are two different versions of Robin Hood, and I'm not really sure which we're going to use yet, or we may use both. Not really sure. I might end up reading out of this, and he would read out of this one, or he may read a little bit and us do a little alternating. He and I are reading. So in addition to the history, we also look at geography during these specific time periods and how things looked then as compared to now. So I have a curriculum on the computer that I would like to show you. So I purchased these maps from Master Books, and They are period specific and go through each period of time. So this one is version 2. It's for the medieval world, and there are lesson plans included, and it shows the different empires throughout history, both blank and filled in. Okay, so this is First Language Lessons for the Well-Trained Mind, Level 1 by Jessie Wise. We have started this already and it is going very well. It includes poetry, so they're supposed to memorize a poem every 3 weeks. And right now he's doing Caterpillar, which is included in here. Now, I also have another book of poetry by Caroline Kennedy, Poems to Learn by Heart. And it's just a sweet book, and I hope to use some out of here as well. So memorization is really important for as they continue through college and graduate school. They'll have teachers that say, I don't want you to memorize something, I want you to know it, or learn it. Knowing the concepts is part of it. So I think the point is, don't stop at memorization. Understanding the concept is equally important. And that's true, but you still have to memorize. That is a major component of a lot of subjects. If you look at political science or law or biology, all of these things, you have to regurgitate facts. You have to know it off the top of your head. You have to be able to regurgitate these things. Medicine is the same way. You have to know it, right? So memorization is part of that. It's part of that learning process. And your brain is like a muscle. So that memory, it comes from practice, practice, practice. Just like any sport, just like anything else, it's important to practice early and often. So the memorization is important in the grammar stage. At least to me, I feel very strongly about that. So we will continue to memorize, and I believe that that will help my kids throughout their education. So in addition to dictation, which helps with handwriting, we also have a handwriting curriculum where he uses this 15 minutes a day, every day of the week. And 15 minutes is actually a lot. You don't think that, it seems like it's not that much, but it is actually a lot when you're writing 15 minutes straight. So I think we'll be through this book pretty quickly. It does start introducing cursive. So we will be finishing that up with handwriting by the end of this year. As far as choice books to read aloud, I allow him some silent reading time and choice reading time out loud. So he is doing one of the I Survived books. I think he's actually doing the Revolutionary War, 1776. He's not reading this one yet. He will probably, but right now he's reading the Revolutionary period. I'm not sure exactly the title of that one, but it is an I Survived book. Typically, he likes to read the Magic Treehouse books. We ran out, so this was next in line, and we picked this off the shelf. So he started reading one of these this morning, and suggestions of books for books that they may want to read or may fit along with your curriculum. I always like having these. It gives a summary of different suggested books for different ages. So this one is the New York Times Parents Guide to the Best Books for Children. So this is always nice to look up in your library and see if these books are available. So the Well-Trained Mind recommends a way to do science without an actual science curriculum, or suggested this if you don't want to go at it alone. So I chose this one for now. It is our Science and Astronomy for the grammar stage. This is the teacher guide. And what I didn't realize, I got actually coloring sheets, downloaded coloring sheets just for, a rainy day if I should ever need them. But also I had the printed version of the lap booking templates sent to me, the student workbook. Now you only need really one or the other, and we'll probably end up pulling from both. I'm not sure which one we'll mainly use yet, but it goes through just activities that solidify what you learn. So Like the other day we did clay earth models that demonstrated the different layers of the earth and then cut them in half so that we could see the different layers, and then he wrote down information about what he read and what he learned in here. And then we'll be doing some more with the lap booking, I think, to just try it out. So I've got to get a nice notebook for this one. And then another thing that I didn't realize too is that does not include a textbook. So it recommends getting the DK First Earth Encyclopedia and First Space Encyclopedia. So this is what we'll be doing our reading out of, and also what we'll pull dictation and his weekly narrations from for science. Now, another thing that I do want to show you that I really am enjoying, but I have my son's calendar pulled up with just his read selected by day. So I pulled that up. So there's a little red line that moves and shows like what time of day it is as we go through the day. So he's able to look and see where we are, how much more time he has left. And so with a well-trained mind, it really gives suggestions on how long to spend on each subject, which I like because I've formed his calendar that way. And then I'm able to go into his homeschool manager, and I can put in exactly what we did for each subject in the homeschool manager. It has been really easy. I'm able to just put that in as we go along, as we finish something. He works until the time is up, and then we save the next part till the next day, and we just keep on going. I'm really excited about this semester because I feel so much more organized with this system in place, and I feel a lot better about what we're doing and making sure that he is working toward learning all the different periods of history and the whole world, and that we're not leaving too much out. I mean, of course you can't cover everything, but it's good to get a good big view of everything that goes on in history, and have that repeat several times as he becomes more well equipped to dissect and investigate the knowledge as he gets older. So I'm really excited about this, and I think it's going to work very well for us. But I will keep you updated, and each part of this curriculum I will invite you to join us several times to see what it's like and how we implement each of these curriculums. So another thing that I've been working on is improving my own literary skills, and and I'm working through this myself so I can better teach my kids. And it's a big goal. It's a big, so these are the books I never read. The books I never read and the books I wanted to read, but that are too intimidating. So that's what I'm working on for my own personal growth. If you're interested in working on your personal growth as well and your literary skills. Thank you for watching Brooke Snook Always Learning and coming along with me as I do an unstacking of second grade curriculum for this semester. And I hope it was valuable to you and you got to see what all we are about to embark on and unfold, and I will keep you updated. I will invite you along to explore each component of our homeschool day and let you know how each of these is working throughout the semester. So stay tuned for that. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks again for watching. Bye.